Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Ayo Adeyemi, and it's a good year, and I believe 2026 will be a fantastic year for everyone. I've had this in my mind for a while, and I've been trying to be sure if it's something I want to do and how to go about it. But I want to keep it very simple, very natural, and very real. And I think that informed why I decided to do it this way, with no paparazzi and what have you. And I actually tried to look for what really will capture the essence of this idea or perhaps this project. But I came to realization yesterday, while I was ruminating, thinking, and eventually dropped in my spirit, all right, that I should give it the title of a gentleman, because the whole essence of my conversation, discussion, or interaction with you is going to focus more on men, on the men. All right. So, and I feel there's usually this gap, this vacuum for men. Growing up as a young child, our parents usually we pay attention more to the ladies, to the young child, to the girls, and sometimes our father can be a bit too busy and could be tough. That sometimes you find it a bit difficult to approach them, and you realize that even most time, our fathers seem to like more of the ladies or the girls, and so growing up as a young man, you find out that there's always that a bit of gaps and all of that. Sometimes most of the people you discuss with are probably not even within your family. Even as a young child, you might like be discussing more with your friend, or you probably just find yourself somewhere and talk to someone. But there's always that guy. Even as you grow from age to age, from as you advance in age as a man too, you find that you just want to talk to someone, but there's nobody. Kind of, not really, because there's nobody, but you're not too sure. You again, when you grown up, when you get to the age we are now, and then you are very careful again as to who you want to share with. But so there's always that hidden burning challenges, burning, some kind of situation in men. When you talk about life, you talk about business, you talk about ministry, you talk about work and everything that has to do with men, career. Unlike the girls or the ladies that they like to talk, right? So they feel they usually have those people around, friends and what have you, family to talk to. But men, we can be very careful, we can be quiet, we can be very reserved, and we we feel there's really no enough structure that support men. And I've experienced few of some of those things, right? And I felt, okay, what about we discuss? What about we have a conversation among ourselves? We can open up to ourselves. I've had a couple of friends. We have some platform that are just men. I've had some programs like Hangout. We do kind of every 2 weeks. As men, we just come around, just talk about business, politics, and whatever you. So this is one of the things that had, born this desire, and I felt, okay. It looked like I'm having if you want to call it a calling, or you want to call it an inspiration, or you want to call it, a kind of a urge, no, right? But I would call it like a calling, to that feed, or to that aspect of life. And we look at men holistically. And again, when we celebrate at programs, International Men's Day, nobody care. Nobody. I don't know how many of you get gifts through, So these are things we need to discuss, because really, men, we are leaders. We lead the world, and we create confusion in the world as well. All right. So at the end of the day, the objective will be the whole man, all right, as in WHOLE, man. All right. So that's what we want to achieve. So I've titled this conversation or podcast, as you may want to call it, Gentlemen. So this program will be tagged Gentlemen, all right, because I believe we are all gentlemen. Regardless of the situation or challenges we might face, we still remain gentlemen. So I'm going to crave your indulgence to tag along, look forward to our conversation. And I'm not going to be doing discussion alone, because I don't have all of the experience, right? I'm going to be bringing on board, professionals, career people that have excelled of different ages, including the young guys, all right? They're going to come and share with us, even as adults, what they feel and their perception. So we're going to have a lot of conversation. And this is what we are starting. And it's going to be, I'm going to be saying about a lot of things every day. But at the end of the day, maybe weekly, I'm going to have some guests. I'm going to have people that are going to come and share with us. We're going to have some interactive session, some panel discussion, and ultimately we're going to talk about men, like I said, career, profession, business, health, spirituality, friendship, and all of that. And the truth is that we say experience could be the best teacher if it is not your own experience. And so we are not going to wait until you experience some of those failure. We're going to look at those that passed through of experience those failure. They're going to share with us how they surmounted it. We're going to look at those that have built those huge high net worth, and then we're going to see how. And then we're going to look at business, look at a lot of things, including legacy. All right, and so many things around men. So I look forward to you coming and joining on board, and we're going to have a huge conversation, a beautiful 2026, and at the end of the day, we will achieve the whole man, right? So the whole man, when it comes to everything you do as a man, and then you are able to, get a lot of step forward, achieve your goals, your dreams, and then at the end of the day, you can say you are working towards the real direction. So once again, I welcome 2026, and I say that let's look forward to Moment Together on the Gentleman Program and Program Activity of the Year. Let me know how you feel. Let me have your idea. Let me know what you think about this, and then we can always put that into check as well. So till we see you again, till I come back to you, and I'm able to have some more new discussion with you. Stay safe, enjoy your 2026, have fun, and then look out for other men. Bye for now. Stay blessed. Bye bye.